guys. Today I want to go over just a fun little trick that you can work on with your dogs. Taz is doing a different one of his tricks where he's asking to say please. Good boy. But today, instead of please, we're going to be working on orbit. So orbit is actually your dog going backwards around you in a circle. It's a pretty fun little trick. So if we're starting off with it, we're going to start with our dog in heel position. You can lure them in there so you have a treat in your hand. And we'll just go backwards with our dog. Yes. A lot of times we're just starting rewarding them when they take a step or two backwards. Yes. Because it's hard for a lot of dogs. It can also be helpful. It can also be helpful to have something behind you because your dog's going to need to go around your body. Yes. A lot of dogs don't do that naturally. They're going to just go straight backwards. So having something behind you or a corner that you're kind of standing in so your dog has enough space to go around you but they can't go straight back will be really helpful to start guiding your dog in the right direction. So I'm going to get them to the point where they're standing behind me. Yes. I'll reward them. Good boy. And then we can reset. Get him to the point where he's behind me, starting to come all the way around. And I'll use my second hand with another treat in it, so I'll push him all the way around. And then I'll trade off to my other hand, and we'll go forward. Yes. Good boy. Go at your dog's pace. Some dogs are really quick with this, and they figure out the concept really quickly. Other dogs need a little bit of help, especially because they're not as used to walking backwards. They can get demotivated or scared when they bump into things. Other dogs pick this up fairly quickly. Our goal is for him to start off where he ended. So when we start doing the luring, I push him back, I bring him around, yes, and I'll reward him here. Some people want their dogs to just keep going in that circle. In that case, you can kind of keep pushing him around and you can reward him at different places. Then when you finalize the trick, you can kind of tell him to keep going. So for Taz, it's orbit. And I can tell him to just keep going around in that circle. As he gets better with it, you can start fading off the rewards and you can start fading off the lures. So I'll keep the treats out of my hand. Yes. I'll keep the treats out of my hand at that point, so I'll have an empty hand. I'll push him backwards. Yes, good boy. And a lot of times you can start phasing out that second hand after your dog figures it out. When they get to that point, you don't need the second hand anymore. Then you can start bringing your hand up so it's not on their nose, and you can just kind of start flicking your hand backwards and still showing your dog that movement. Yes. When they're pretty good with it and they have a nice smooth motion, you like how it looks, you can then start putting it on command. So I'll go orbit, and then I'll do the hand motion, and over time I won't need that hand motion anymore. Or I can just use that hand motion to keep telling him that I want him to keep going around. Yes, good boy. When you're fading out your lure, a lot of times dogs will figure it out, but we will keep helping them for a little bit too long. So you can give your dog that second where you lure him, you get to this point, and then you take a break. If he finishes it on his own, fantastic. Reward him for that. Other dogs, you take that pause, they really don't know it, and you have to keep helping them. So go at your dog's pace. Again, some dogs are really quick learners. If your dog looks like they're getting freaked out or demotivated, again, this is a hard exercise for some dogs, so it's okay to give them a break. Use high-value treats at first. Keep the session short, especially if your dog seems to be getting stressed out. You don't want them to associate this type of training with stress because then they're not going to want to do this nearly as much. And then it becomes much less fun for dog and owner. So I hope that helps, and have a great day.